Welcome
Yeah, and
back.
as soon as I hit welcome back and it starts, it's gonna pop up on my damn laptop. So like welcome back.
Oh, it's going though.
No, it's fine. Yeah, just gave a little extra. All by
I thought you were
myself.
singing Wicked.
Don't wanna be
Oh my goodness.
all by myself anymore.
Sing it, man.
Well, I don't want to be by myself, so talk. Please speak.
Someone say something.
So, see,
It's a colonial woman the wind and plane.
Obi came over to say hi. So,
Yeah?
how's the day going? How's your
Today
Friday?
was my day off.
What?
They gave us Black Friday
that's
off.
right. It's Black Friday.
Yeah. Today was my day off.
In the retail, these things don't exist.
Yeah. I almost went to work, but I deserve this 4-day weekend with how short-staffed we are. I don't know if I mentioned this. Our entire department went from 6 people to now 2.
Yeah.
And I'm totally burnt out and exhausted, as you can tell. So I really wanted to do absolutely nothing today. That's kind of hard to do. I always want to do my brain. Always want to do something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Thanksgiving happened.
How was that?
It was good. Good. A lot of. We actually made 2 dishes, which typically my mom takes care of everything. She does everything. But it was good. We made 2 side dishes. They both came out great. I was worried about one that my mom usually does, which is the corn souffle.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't know if it's gonna taste just like hers. It did. It tasted even better, if I might say.
Better. Okay.
No, it was good, and we just spent time together. We were watching Thanksgiving fails on YouTube, the fried turkeys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, people trying to fry turkeys. Which one year I would like to try fried turkey.
I know someone in my workplace that does it.
Oh, really?
I guess he does it well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it comes out good.
Yeah, a lot of people make the mistake of, I guess, putting too much oil and just dropping it too quickly.
Right.
And
I think you have to really lower it slow.
Yeah, and there's an oil level. I mean, there's YouTube videos on how to do it. People just. My biggest thing is, why do they put it so close to the house? A lot of people, and then it catches fire. The whole side of the house is catching fire. It's crazy. But how was your Thanksgiving?
It's fine. Our holidays are really non-existent, but it's just me, mom, and sister, and neither one of them eat much. Neither one of them really, it's just us. So I just did the pork chops in the crock pot, some mashed potatoes, and that was really just simple. And they didn't, very small portions. They ate very little, and then watched boring football games because football's been boring lately, and it's just not as much fun. And then back to work, because like I said, when you work retail, that there's no such thing as really holidays and days off and everything. So
the intern feels that she did not want to go to work today.
Yeah,
I told her to call out.
Some people can't do that.
I know, I can't either. I'm one of those people. I only call out even when I'm deathly ill. I'm like, I think I could do it.
I know. When I had that head thing, and my throat was burning up, and I was spitting stuff up. I'm like, nope, gotta go to work.
Yep.
And they're like, what are you doing here? I was like, well, I work here. Now you get 220 hours of sick time. Yeah, but I gotta be here.
Same with me. I have so much sick time, and I'm like.
Plus, my boss, she makes it just. I know she doesn't mean to, but well, maybe who knows. But that demeanor is just. If I were to call, I'd be like, what do you, I mean, she was cool with me with my mom and her surgery, but if I were to just call, I'd be like, I can't do it. I feel sick. They'd be like, pussy. So,
Probably would, yeah.
She's like, I'm more of a man than you are. I'm like,
well, whoa.
In some ways, it probably is bigger.
No.
When you have a micro penis, most things are bigger.
Jesus Christ. You seen Deuce Bigelow, European Gigolo?
Did I say? I probably did. I mean, I don't remember.
It's where
a scene of it.
All of them they're gigolos. Mm-hmm. They have an award ceremony, and one of them's Asian, and he pulls out his Tootsie Roll. Literally pulls out a Tootsie Roll from it, as if it was a sock.
Yeah. Well, it's the scary movie scene where the guy's you have a picture of him. He's got a little micro.
Oh yeah. He's like, do you think it's funny?
Do you think It's not funny. We can't help it.
It was cold.
We can't help it. I'm a grower.
Hey, whatever works, right?
You know, I want to put that on our next, Instagram reel. No, just.
Oh my gosh. Please don't.
It's hard enough getting followers.
I don't get strikes or bans or anything like that.
So Thanksgiving was good.
I've only heard one thing about. I call it 31 Atlas, but it's, what is it called?
I think that's what it's called.
31 Atlas?
Yeah, I believe
so.
I
thought it was called something else. One person, one reel.
It's
when
over.
It went
it's done.
from every single day.
Well, they realized they're not panicking, so. Damn it, this didn't work. Damn it, Jim!
Yeah.
This didn't work.
Back to the drawing board.
What else can we do?
They were really going with it, though, because the last thing I heard was NASA called Kim Kardashian.
I know.
Woo!
So they called an influencer.
For what? For fashion?
No, just to be like, oh my gosh, people, it's like real. Buy my skincare so you can survive the blast.
That's probably, I never got a clear understanding of why they called her.
Oh, okay. I didn't either. Yeah, I didn't.
Why would they even, if that was even real? That's the thing I'm noticing. A lot of this stuff on the internet, I'm just like, remember how we were talking about Ariana Grande and Cynthia? Where like this demisexual.
It's a non-demi-binary sexual.
People are like, that's not real. They didn't say that, and I'm like, oh, who cares? The internet is full of shit.
And then you go to the clip where they're saying that. You're like, what do you mean it's not real?
Yeah.
Because that's the misdirection. Because if somebody says, "Oh, it's not real," you're supposed to be like, okay, I just won't look it up then. You win. I give up.
The only correction I want to say is the Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively case is still going. There are just little cases. Justin Baldoni defamation case against Blake Lively was dismissed. But then there's like these other little cases of all these people that she sued within that case. They're still. It's such a long ass joke.
Yeah.
Because just
at some point, just like, you know what? I'd like to dismiss all this and move on with my life.
I don't have all the money. I don't know how they have all that money because it's millions upon millions of lawyer fees.
I'm wondering if, like, I don't know, they're probably leveraging some of this. We're like, hey, you're going to represent us, or we're going to tell you about the Alice in Wonderland party that we put on for you. Remember that?
Oh my gosh!
Remember that cheese pizza we gave you?
Probably.
Remember that? Yeah, we will.
You know, I wouldn't put it past Ryan Reynolds.
I wouldn't put it past anybody anymore. That's just.
Anyone and everyone has been involved in that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of conspiracy popping up, like told ya, and then this whole Epstein thing is hilarious. They're like, oh, this person appeared, and I'm like, we've been knowing this.
I've noticed that's kind of quieted down too.
Yeah.
Once they're like,
focus on one person.
Once they're figuring like, oh shit, maybe he wasn't involved in this. What do we do now, guys? Just don't talk about it. Talk about something else. And they'll find something, anything. They'll find, hey, look, some kid got, pushed out of the way when ICE was trying to detain someone. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, some random stuff. Well, with Thanksgiving, a lot of people were like saying like read the room, because I guess people were posting food hauls, like they went and bought food, and I'm like, well, okay. I guess someone got upset because people were posting, look at, this is all the food I got, or like showing off, and I'm just not understanding. I understand, like, yeah, that's kind of insensitive, but they're not. I don't know if they were gearing it towards people. They're like, there are people starving in this society, like people can't.
And they probably don't know Instagram, so you're okay.
Yeah. It was. It's really confusing.
I hate to be insensitive, but they're probably not sitting there on their iPhone 17 checking
Social
Instagram.
Media, remember before we started recording, I said there's a shift. Something happened behind the scenes.
So you mean people were saying don't show your plates or your food? Is that what they're saying?
I'm assuming that, or grocery. You know how everyone went and bought groceries for Thanksgiving? No, well, you can't do that because people can't afford groceries.
Why can't they afford groceries?
What do you mean, why can't they afford groceries, Brian?
I don't understand.
The SNAP benefits were taken away.
Nothing was taken away.
President Trump is in office.
Oh, okay. That's
inflation.
Now, wait, shh. Now I understand. You got me in trouble.
People are starving because of the inflation.
You know, it's true. I don't think before 2025 anyone's ever been starving. I don't think we ever had anybody go hungry. before 2025, before the election inauguration.
It just started happening.
Yeah, I think it was just from the inauguration date on that people started.
And we care about it now.
You know, it's only now did inflation go up, that things get too costly, and people start starving. So you're right. So I should go throw all the food away in my pantry.
Oh, yeah.
Because somebody somewhere might be going hungry right now.
Yeah, I know this is tis the season. I'm gonna
go to Zips. Okay.
Tits the season.
Tits the
See
season.
what I did there?
Yeah, we all love tits.
In this room we do.
I'm just the only one that's not allowed to say it.
Why not?
Because I'm a man.
But that's all the men talk about.
Because I'm a cisgender male.
Anyways,
I don't know what that means.
One thing I did want to say is if you do have, I guess the luxury is what some of these influencers are accusing people of, to buy groceries and you're able to donate to a food bank. Don't donate money to the grocery stores.
No.
Because that's their tax write-off.
Yeah.
Go to the food banks, donate money, canned goods. And that's the other thing. I know we mentioned it before when we talked about the SNAP benefits. I donated to, at work they were collecting food for the food bank.
Mm-hmm.
Canned goods. I spent my budget was $25. That's all I could give at the moment. I spent like almost just a little bit under $26. I had 3 bags of canned goods, and I'm talking about stuffing, cream of mushroom. What else did I get? Yams, green beans, corn, gravy.
Telling you.
What else? I got like mashed potatoes,
you.
different types of mashed potato.
It's not hard.
Spaghetti already? Yeah, like that kind of stuff. Canned soups, not
hard to feed
not
yourself.
Campbell's.
Oh, not
Campbell's. But I told the intern, I said, watch, my budget's $25. I think I might be over, but that's okay. $30 at most. I was at underneath $26.
Yeah.
And I was like, and 3 bags, and I was like, damn. And when I brought it in, because it was like the last day for my location, I brought it in, and she was like, oh, you could leave it here. She goes, oh, wow. She's like, you brought a lot. And I was like, well, it's donations. Like, I didn't know what to say. Like, what are people bringing?
You can buy a lot of stuff for $20,
you can
$25.
survive.
You absolutely can. You just can't go buy ribeye. You can't go. No, I'm serious. Yeah. You can't go buy. Yeah. You can't go buy the expensive salmon. You can't get crab legs. You can't, get an 8-pound roast. You have to just. But so that's why, and these wonderful influencers who care so much that are getting paid through engagements and algorithms. I'm so glad that they care so much about people starving, while they continue to get paid to post and to preach to people as far as what to do. So, cheers to the influencers out there. You're making such a difference out there, making sure people are fed. Because I didn't realize that since January 21st of 2025, people suddenly started being homeless and hungry. I didn't realize that was the case. I really honestly thought that we had a handle on this, and everybody had full bellies every single night. There's nobody on the streets, and the vets were taken care of, and children had homes, and nobody was lost, and there was no 300,000 children were actually just playing hide and seek. And I guess I was wrong about it all. Yeah. This is just because one man's in office. So I get it now. So I'm going to go to the store tomorrow, and I'm going to just buy up the whole canned goods shelf. Take a picture. And I'm going to just give it away because, we need help because he's in office. So that means, what does that mean? January of 2029, which will be our inauguration. That means everybody will be fed again?
I don't know. I know, like I had mentioned before, there's tons of YouTube videos and Instagram accounts that show you how to meal prep and if you have a budget, like that one lady I follow, she does crock pot meals.
Oh, yeah.
$1 a day, $25 a week.
Oh, yeah.
And the amount of meals and she has total, her family is 4 people. Mm-hmm. And I was like, damn. Because
they were talking about, there's one of the reels I saw, there's these always examples of, we need the school lunch argument that's out there. We need, free school lunches for all. We need to feed children. It's like, again, why is it always that? Because there's no such thing as free. No matter what. Someone's paying for that. Mm-hmm. So to get that, wish they'd stop saying free meals, because that just means the kids that are eating the food, the families that are sending those kids aren't paying for it. So the rest of us are. But my thing is, why don't we ever, like with, I'll parallel to COVID in a minute, why is it we can't say, okay, instead of saying let's just give kids in schools free meals, why can't we empower parents to learn how to take care of their children, to feed, clothe, and shelter their children, because that's your job as a parent.
Yeah.
And maybe, like you said, find these YouTube channels, find these books to feed yourself on a budget. So I get it. Times are tough. Dollar doesn't go as far. Again, since January of 2025, things have been tough. But there's ways to do it. Like, you need a loaf of bread, a jar of peanut butter, and a jar of jelly, and you can send your kids to school with a sandwich every single day.
Yeah.
Is it the same bland, boring sandwich? But they're fed.
They're fed, yeah.
They're fed. Again, the whole fight. They want the good stuff.
Well, yeah, because of those people that would post, oh, look what I bought with my SNAP benefits, and it was like all this junk food, all this stuff, and it's like sugar
and candy and Cheetos and Sprites and and that's why they try to take that out, and then they're like, they're trying to take money away from children, because it's always children. Suddenly liberals care about children when you talk about this stuff. They don't care about them when you're aborting them, but when it comes to feeding them through SNAP, then suddenly their lives matter, which is hilarious to me. But go ahead.
And when you go to the food bank, so imagine you have those benefits, right? You get whatever you want, and then you go to the food bank and you get the necessities: canned vegetables, canned fruit, rice, beans, milk. And then they're like, what the hell is this?
What's this? There's milk everywhere.
It's not my Cheetos. It's not my Takis.
There's Cheetos everywhere. What's this? No, that's hard.
It's not anything that I'm used to. I don't know. I guess, again, it's all about complaining.
Okay, well, you tell me something before we get into these few stories, because I had no idea that it was such a bad thing to... I don't post food pictures, really, because I think they're... I mean, Thanksgiving's a little different because look at the spread we have.
I didn't post anything for Thanksgiving.
But it used to be a trend where everywhere you go. Well, you like it because we're foodies.
Yeah, I promote the businesses.
You promote the business.
Out of the kindness of my heart, I don't have any benefit
I almost did a couple
of
times when I did those chili cheese hot dogs. They look, I mean, they're no Fascio dog, trust me, but they look damn good. I was like, I want to take a picture of this because this is like impressive for me. But I normally don't, because that's just me. I don't really...
I just say, check this place out, because most of the time we go to places that we've never been to.
Yeah.
And if it's good food, why not promote it? It's a small business.
Judge Pizza, that was great.
We are super big on small businesses.
Zips is okay. They have decent servers.
Wow.
I mean, Amanda, too, was great. Don't get me wrong. I'm in trouble.
It's recovery.
Yeah, I'm in trouble. I better watch my next Sprite just in case.
Besides the complaining, we've seen a lot of conspiracy stuff come up. So I guess that replaced the 31 Atlas.
Mm-hmm.
And now Brian's going to get into some real shit. So let's dim the lights.
Brian's
going to get into some dark shit,
I'm going to look at the camera and see that the light is still on.
Can you turn it down?
No, don't turn it down.
Hey!
No, I was just curious because I've been seeing stuff like on my reels posted, and I got to find out what he is. It's a guy, and he's with a hacker. And this guy... hacks through the dark web and finds all these stuff and brings...
Is that military guy?
I don't think he's military because he's really skinny. He might be.
No, the hacker's skinny, but the guy is kind of like... shaved head.
Well, first of all, because we both know about... They talk about the Brand Army thing.
Yeah, I posted...
The OnlyFans for teens. Which is why... Can you imagine for a moment having... Okay, you have an app or a site that is for 13 to 17-year-old kids to take pictures and show themselves off, but to access it you have to be 18 and have a credit card. So it's for adults.
It's really sick.
But and then what did he say that you could post like a girl's a bikini pic?
As a teen, you could post a bikini pic, but then you need 2 more photos.
But then you need 2 regular photos, and then you could take something revealing, and they were saying like that Bop House, that's all those OnlyFans models. That there was one girl there who was 17 years old. So they were showing her in some of the revealing clips, and then she'd have to do like a regular dance choreograph. And she's living there with these 18 to 21-year-old OnlyFans models while they're doing all their stuff. So I'm sure she's doing stuff. So this is So we're really gearing these apps now toward we're normalizing it. We're desensitizing to get young. That's what we've been saying this for so long, that this is ultimately about getting us used to. Basically maps and all that stuff because it's okay. These people just like them that young, and so that's their identity. That's their sexuality.
They're pushing so hard. For years they've been pushing.
So this is actually a real... I didn't even want to look it up because I didn't even want it on my search engine.
No.
I didn't want it on my algorithm. I didn't want any. Sometimes we talk about stuff and like, I'm going to research this because it's for what we talk about.
Yeah, but it's too much.
Something like that. I didn't even want that on my search history.
Yeah.
And it's like, to think that there's something out there. So I don't know, because I like to see the legitimacy of it. I like to see.
So based off of what we've seen, that pops up on social media.
Is it something like just here for the web, or is it a dark web site?
No. It is like Snapchat. It's like an app. Snapchat, Instagram, and that's what's crazy is that parents don't understand or don't know about this. Mm-hmm. They don't understand. I just saw a reel about an hour ago. I can't remember if it was a state or country. They are banning social media for teens.
Good.
And I was like, that's wonderful to hear. And it's just, I don't know. It's the end of days, y'all. It's like, I hate to say, like we've been saying it, it's a fight between evil and more evil. The good and evil, but there's no good. We don't see much of the good. Yeah. And it's just getting worse and worse. But at the same time, I'm sitting here with my popcorn because everything we see is a show.
Well, and it's true because it's all sides of the spectrum. Because we did the House of Horrors episode. We've done influencers that have done it with minors. We've done a few trans people that did it. But then they had the super church guy that did it. It was a Trump advisor. There was another church guy that did it, and then another. So it's the people on conservative side, the liberal side.
It's everyone. Yeah.
It's Christian whatever people, and it's
celebrities.
People, it's on all sides of the spectrum.
Yeah.
And instead of us as society being like, this is something that's a pandemic. This is a pandemic. Mm-hmm. We need to figure out how to come together and fix this. It's hard because you see the comment section when it's a Christian. See, it's not a trans person. It's not a liberal. It's a conservative.
I know. I hate that fucking comment.
And then when it's a trans person, it's like, see, it's not a conservative. It's not a preacher. It's a trans person. It's like
not a drag queen, not a trans person, not a illegal immigrant.
And it's like
there's so many stories that we covered.
It's an evil person. It's an evil person because this is a pandemic.
Yeah.
And this leads into what I saw here when they were talking about, what did I say this was? The Network 764?
Yes. I posted about that too when Roblox came out. Because Roblox is entertaining that group and has done nothing. It's on Discord.
Yeah, it's to create chaos and destroy society. That's their doctrine. Again, it's not us. It's what they. That's what people get mad. Like the Roblox. I know people were like upset with us for calling it out.
Yeah. But
you don't get upset at the Roblox and the people that are doing it. And this one, like, kids are dying. There was a kid who live streamed his own suicide because they befriend. I didn't realize it. We talked about it. They befriend him, and probably they could use this Brand Army app.
Yeah.
Send me some pictures. They send them the pictures, and once they do, it's like, I got you. Now you're going to do this, you're going to do that, or I'm going to show everybody, and I'm going to. They hack into their systems where they, can say, well, we can put that you said this, or you had this ideology, or you did that, so you're going to empty out your mom's bank account, or you're going to do this, or you're going, they blackmail them, and then they eventually want them to either kill someone, rape someone, or kill themselves, and they get off on. I was like,
it's like part of an initiation too to be in that group.
Yeah.
They target teens. The most recent story I heard was there was an autistic teenager. They targeted him because he was lonely. And the parents were like, this is very upsetting. They said they kept an eye on him, but like, how did you not see any of this stuff?
And these kids are sitting there on their phones scrolling.
And
this was in Arizona, the 16-year-old.
Yeah, to talk about that, the poor kid lost his life because he took it himself based off of, is it 764 group?
Instructed 76 more minutes focused on the efforts of young victims. And since then, they didn't really tell his story. They're just kind of, in the article I have, they're kind of just going, they're 14-year-old here, to 15-year-old here.
Yeah, they go
because
for teens.
they're targeting these preteens where they're just old enough to where they're willing to do stuff, and they're hormonal and they're stuff like that.
Yeah, and they're like trying to figure their life out, identity and all that stuff.
And they're alone because the social media apps and the text and all this world we've talked about separates us from society and makes us feel more alone because now you're seeing people on apps and you're seeing people, where my follower count isn't here. They have more followers than me. I just want to like. No one will like what I post, stuff like that, which makes them feel more lonely because they stand there, they post something, and then they wait for that like counter to pop, and it's like. Which is dangerous, I don't think, wasn't it? One of the Instagram said they were taking away the like counter. You could turn off the like counter or something like that because people were chasing likes and getting upset about likes. I don't know what that is.
I don't know. I don't chase
But they're calling it modern day terrorism with the 764.
How is it even allowed? Why haven't they shut it down?
It's dark web stuff. How do you stop it?
It's not though. It's on Discord.
Oh, is it on Discord?
Yeah, I mean Roblox even acknowledged, oh, this is a learning event, or that wasn't the exact wording. They said this is an opportunity, and people were going off on the comments because he said that. The CEO said that. An opportunity for what? You missed it. You missed the opportunity to save these children. But
what was this? They had an indictment of somebody that ran a barbaric group chat associated with 764. Cost a 13-year-old girl overseas to stomp on her hamster's head and then feed it to her dog, live on camera. He then tried to pay someone $3,000 to kill the grandmother of another victim who resisted his demands. He called himself the king of extortion. Mm-hmm. It's like, this is insanely sick.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of parents, and this, I wish I should look up her name, but there's a lady I follow on Instagram on our podcast that
they glorify about this. They glorify the Columbine shooting. They glorify the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting. Yeah,
that's horrible.
Let's see. The FBI has also been trying to determine how much 764 may have contributed to high school profile school shootings, which I'm sure they have a lot to do with it.
That's definitely linked to that too.
Because we always talk about these kids are pushed somehow, some way. I always thought maybe it was like FBI or our government trying to push these things because of another.
Could be too.
Well, because of another thing I will talk about it that had to do with during the Cuban Missile Crisis days, but they could still be doing today, where they're pushing these kids to do all these horrible things.
Yeah, you know how we said a lot of people were like, oh, it's the video games. It's the video games. It's not the video game itself. It's these groups.
Yeah, it's the chats.
These group chats, because when you're online, you're talking to random people, and I'm very surprised that parents allow that. You can, I think there's a way to like just chat with your friends, like your parents designate who you could chat with, like if it's your actual classmate. But even then, that's dangerous.
I don't know how if it's Discord and stuff. I don't know how you stop, because I have Discord for the podcast group I listen to, for two of the Patreon people that I follow, that I support, the two actors, they use Discord. Yeah. The Galaxy of Heroes game I used to play has a Discord channel. If you want to join a guild, a lot of time you're like, hey, get on Discord, because we give all the instructions of how to do the attacks and the events. That's how they use it. So there's a lot of Discord's got a lot of absolutely legit ways, legit things. But that's what these predators use, is they use all these legit programs, and there's no way to infiltrate them or separate them.
So there's the account that we follow is called Scrolling to Death. It's on Instagram. It's a podcast for parents worried about social media. She has been on Roblox and this 764 group. She has been reporting about all of it. So if you guys go on there and follow her, because she has all the information. She's up to date on all the lawsuits. She talks about everything. And I think that's important. If parents are on social media, you should follow
your children
like that. Yeah,
and follow your
children. Yeah.
Well, but that's weird, because we always talk about, if you have a daughter, be careful because of the trafficking and being picked up. Mm-hmm. But now if you have a son, it sounds like you got to be paying attention to these chat platforms and these 764, these Discord pages, just because that's who they're going after.
Yeah.
And it's wild, because it's like, that's our biggest thing. It's like, we're not here to say what should or shouldn't be done, because I don't know how. I don't know.
Just awareness.
I'm not smart enough to figure out how to. Like with Roblox, to me, it's easy. Shut down all chat platforms.
Yeah.
Oh well, just play the game on your own.
Yeah, just play against.
And then again, people I've known that will directly argue that. It's like, so you don't care? Okay, good. So the game is more important than the safety of children. But again, then we go back to when it comes to other political things like SNAP and feeding them. Now suddenly, hey, these poor children. What about school lunches? Yeah. We got to save the children. Epstein, we got to save the children. Okay, well, how about Roblox? Let's get rid of this. Well, but I like playing the game. You can't do that.
It's not fair. While I do my thing.
It's not fair. It's not hard. I mean, it's hard. It's difficult. It's going to take
I need me time as a parent.
Well, just in general, there's people that like argue against it just in terms because they say, well, there's legitimate people out there doing it. It's like, well, then I guess they have to suffer. Sometimes you have to not get to do what you want to do because there's evil out there and they ruin it for everybody. It's welcome to life.
Yeah.
Have you met humanity?
Apparently not. Apparently not.
So I don't know with this, though, I don't know how you stop this other than being very active in your children's. Maybe don't let them have their cell phone in their room. If they're young, if they're like under 13 or 14, just have a charging station in the living room and say, your phone stays out here, you go to bed, here's a book.
Yeah.
Read a book. Here's a nightlight. Here's some. you can't not to have your electronic devices in your room with the door closed for any reason. Like the phones always have to stay out on the out there. I don't know. I don't. That's the only thing I can think of because we need to be more aware because there's too many predators.
Yeah.
We've entered that zone. Like it wasn't like this for me. Wasn't like that for you, I'm sure. Growing
phones
up.
back in the day, you only could play Snake.
We didn't have internet when I grew up.
Yeah.
So obviously for me, we just had to watch out for panel bends driving down the street. But as long as you could run fast, you were pretty safe. You knew what houses and what backyards to hop. But now these kids are being bombarded from every direction possible because they are just handed an iPhone 17 or a Galaxy 25 and said, "Here, go to your room, play your games," and not knowing that they're not playing their games. They're talking to some radicalized 40-something-year-old from another country who's trying to extort them into killing their little sister on live stream for money. And it's like, how do we stop that? And it stops it from my opinion, within the home from the parents. But that means the parents have to parent, and
there's not a lot of. I'd like to say yes, majority of parents do parent, but from what I've seen, working in the schools, how we were talking about school lunches, they expect the school to parent and parent their kids. And
that's why they want free lunches, because they want them to feed them.
Provide everything.
So while they just do, and it might be, even if it's because they're working, they're trying to provide, but still, you have to be fully invested in your children, because the world ain't no joke. This is, like you said, we're descending into something like horror movie level.
Yeah.
And all the films and everything we see is to desensitize us and these stories are hidden. You have to really dig for them.
Yeah.
Because they don't want you to know. And then when you, when you do see, then you're going to have the comment section bot saying it's not that big of a deal or get over it. God, just let it go.
Yeah.
All this stuff, gosh, children are smart enough to understand. Use parental controls. Just do parental lock. For me, like I said, I would, if I had a child in today's world, I would have my charging station of phones, and I would not let them go take their phones or tablets to their room, ever. They could sit at the dining room table. They could sit on the couch, and there would be no, if I wanted to look over and check, I would, seriously. Plus, I'd have the screen time timer a couple hours a day, and I'd have parental controls.
Yeah.
And I probably wouldn't let them have stuff like Discord, just because there's too many. I'd be overprotective.
Yeah.
Way overprotective, because they can deal with it. And I would think I'd try to be more interactive by saying, okay, as a family, we're going to be more interactive and spend time together, because if not, then you're going to get bored and you're going to want to be on a device. So let's keep you so busy and so active and having such a good family dynamic that you're not necessarily going to care.
That's the thing, though, family dynamic. What is that nowadays?
In today's world, people have decided that means nothing.
Yeah. Because
remember, family's bad. Because because family is racist or something. I don't know.
It just doesn't exist. They don't know what it means.
Yeah.
Because you go to a restaurant and you
American
watch a family,
culture. Yeah.
Yeah, you go to a restaurant and you go see a family. All the kids are on phones or tablets. The parents are even on their phones. They're not even talking to each other.
Do you see that? Because I don't know. I don't know if you know, because just because you're Hispanic doesn't mean you speak for everybody. But do you notice that, in that Hispanic culture, is that the same? Or when they have family galleries, are they more involved around? Because I'm thinking just the Americanized families that you see like that, but not necessarily every culture is like that.
I think it's more. I would say it's all families, just because of the advancement in technology, and you got to think about how young are these parents too. Sometimes young parents are just they're either super exhausted or they're just leave me alone. They're kids having kids, and so it varies. It varies, but I do think there's more discipline in the Latino culture.
Because I figure they're just more family oriented.
It is.
Because that's embedded in their culture.
I mean, my parents, my dad wanted us to live with them, always, even if we were married. Them. Yeah. You can still live with us.
That's what.
My mom's they need their own life.
Well, there's a lot of the Islamic cultures and countries who don't use these devices and they don't have these things. They all live in the same house.
Guys, they can't even show their skin.
Not outside.
Yeah,
not
even hair. You can't even show
inside
their
they can, but once they go out in public, they can't.
Yeah.
But I thought about that because the next one I saw, which is Operation Northwoods, was a covert plan proposed in 1962 by the U.S. Department of Defense, Department of War, baby, and the Joint Chiefs of Staff. The operation was intended to create a series of false flag events to justify military intervention in Cuba. It was conceived during a period of heightened tension between the United States and Cuba. following the Cuban Revolution and Fidel Castro's rise to power. This was basically, they were going to try to create a bunch of terror attacks here in America to justify them going to overthrow Castro and his regime and eliminate Cuba as a threat. They were going to sacrifice American cities and American citizens just to be able to justify going to war and going and taking out Castro. And I was like, this can't be. Why would? But there was a whole plan. And I think JFK kind of got wind of, was like, no, we're not going to do this. And probably one of the many small reasons as to why he had to go, because he was calling out all the things that government was doing and all the ways in which the American people were being lied to. And this was when I'd never heard of that. I mean, I'd seen whispers of Northwoods before. It was said it was never approved. Yeah, JFK rejected the plan. The proposal was part of a broader effort by the U.S. government during the Cold War to contain the spread of communism, particularly in Latin America. And their way of doing that was to create chaos. And we've decided, I've thought that with terror attacks here, we've said that as far as a New World Order, Agenda 2030, is you create nonstop terror attacks and sleeper cells going off here. That's why all these immigrants are being fought so hard to stay here, because there's a lot of terror groups that are here. Yeah. And then you just have them go off attacking American cities and American people, and then military's coming involved. You do martial law, and then suddenly it's like, well, New World Order steps in and says, we need to take over because you can't
handle it.
And it's a justification for ripping apart our rights and our Constitution, basically, if you will.
They're really trying. If you guys are paying attention, it is nonstop. Every day. Every day there's something. Apple came out with their digital wallet.
Digital ID.
Chicago is implementing the driver's license and can be put in there. They're saying they want all their citizens to do that. I'm like, are we in the United States still?
What state was it that passed? Minnesota? Not only Minnesota.
Minnesota's gone.
With Tim Walz, with Fruity Tim Walz, signed a bill saying basically abortion up to birth, and they were clapping.
Yeah,
then I think it was the driver's license thing, to where anybody could get a driver's license.
Yeah.
So anyone could, and all you need is a driver's license to vote.
And in Cali, this was a couple months ago, they discovered that there were so many illegal immigrants that got CDLs.
Yes. And
I was like, wow, do you know what it takes to get a CDL, at least here in the state of Arizona?
It was in Texas, it was 5 grueling tests, written tests, and a road test.
And they were just handing them out.
And I retook, there's one of the tests I retook like 5 times because it was so technical, I couldn't figure it.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot. It took me a month to get, because I was working around it too. Yeah. It took me a month to get through all the written tests and then get some road time so that I could try to get it. Then I finally got in the last day of eligibility, and the truck failed the air brake test, and I failed and got fired. Because you had to have 3 months to do it, and everybody was like getting their test on the 90th day because it's just it's not something you just.
It's a lot. It's a lot. They used to like do when you would join a company, they would train you themselves. In this state, that's not allowed anymore. You have to go to CDL school. Mm-hmm. I thankfully got mine before that happened.
For the bus driving?
Yeah. As a bus driver, you need a CDL. And you have to have all these different endorsements, like air brakes, all that stuff. But I don't know. I just feel like everything's more evident. It's more in our face. The age of consent was brought up again recently, and I was like, why are we talking about this? Oh, that's right. Because we have an app that has teens that they're waiting for the age of 18 to be able to put them on OnlyFans. Or not even, because you could do a bikini photo as a 13-year-old, and that's considered okay.
And that's just us. Iraq just lowered theirs to 9. For American. Yeah. But we just shrug our shoulders because it's just their religion. It's just where they are.
And they can come here and do it.
Well,
they can come here and do it.
I don't know. See, I've read 2 conflicting
not
things.
Not legally.
Yeah, not legally,
in their home,
because
in their communities.
They're supposed to abide by our, age of consent laws.
Yeah.
So if a 12-year-old was found to be pregnant, that girl would have to be hidden until she gives birth. Otherwise, somebody could say, but like in Michigan, it's a Muslim-only community, so no one's going to be there to say anything. In New York, as this starts to happen, these changes happen, and as they take over, in Canada, as they take over, because our birth rates are dropping. That's why we said, like, the abortion agenda and the trans agenda, which sterilizes our youth, keeps taking place, so our birth rates drop to where we are now overtaken.
Do you think they enforce that, like this idea of having all this socialist... Was he a mayor?
Who?
Mandami?
Mandami?
Yeah, is he a mayor?
Mayor of New York.
Yeah. Do you think this is just a way of like controlling the population in New York? Because there's so many people in New York.
I just think it's just the slow, Islamic takeover of city by
That
city.
could be a part of it too, but like in general,
for them, I think it is.
the state of New York is so high.
Like I said, I just think that if this was a part of a WEF plan or a 2030 plan, they're going to have a rude awakening when they realize that they can't control the Muslim population. They think they'll be able to, but they're not going to listen to, because to the Muslims, the WF, those people are infidels and just as bad and need to be cleansed, just like the rest of us. And that's going to be a clash between the Muslims and the cartels who are just to the south. So that's going to, we'll be, people like us, no matter how you feel, atheists, liberals, conservatives, LGBTQXYZ, parentheses, square root of pi, it don't matter. They don't care. They hate us all.
Yeah.
So it's just going to take a generation or two to get there. So,
we'll see.
But the next one, because we're not there yet. Oh, shoot.
I said we'll see about New York and the Muslim community.
But we got to talk a minute also about Plum Island. Off Long Island, which is such a crappy area.
Watch your fucking words. Me being from Long Island, not knowing about Plum Island. Or wasn't it called like Experiment 716 or something like that?
Lab 257.
Yeah, Lab 257. I didn't hear about this till
the bio
just
research
within
facility.
this year.
I just heard a little bit about it, and I actually I just brought this site up on my phone right before I left, because I saw, again, this hacker guy talks and he's exposing, because the one thing I found fascinating was the bioweapon lab, and how they were working with ticks, and how they said Lyme disease was basically a disease created by their bioweapons engineering group through using ticks. And we saw that tick story that makes you allergic to meat. That's been bioengineered. So they are messing with insects. They are messing with ticks. Yeah, the biological weapons development, it's...
Well, didn't they already do that with mosquitoes? Wasn't Bill Gates?
Bill Gates was working with genetically modified mosquitoes, and then suddenly they were dumped into Florida and Texas. Yeah. I think maybe that was to spread West Nile. Yeah. Or maybe they were, who knows what, it could have been mRNA in there too, because he wants to mRNA in everything. That's why he put it in cows and in pigs. It's in our poultry. In Canada, they're spraying it in drones. Yeah. You still worry about the chemtrail thing, which people still roll their eyes about, like they don't believe chemtrails are real. It's like, well, it's not chemtrails. It's when a engine is up there that high and it crystallizes, and you see the white smoke behind. And no, and then you see people taking photos of a plane right below them with this machine on the wing, just like pesticides. Yep. And you see the crisscrossing that's not natural in the sky, and all that stuff is just bleeding down into our water, into our farmlands, into our backyards, into us and our pets and our insects. Yep. And our gardens and our foods, because we are not meant to survive. We are rats in a maze. We are constantly being experimented on. Yeah. And this is the thing. This is the thing we both agree. Spiritually. We both agree with this dumb shit Trump's doing. Which I'm beginning to not like this man more and more, which, not that I care one way or another, but with the pesticide thing. With his EPA saying, "Yeah, go ahead, we'll just spray this forever chemical that's linked to all this." It's like, why? And they're like, "Well, they should fire the EPA." It's like, well, he should have just said, "No, we're not doing this." Yeah. Like, no, belay that order. No, we're not using what. And Trump's just like, too busy calling people piggies. Like, will you stop?
I don't know.
Will you stop being an asshole and stop protecting the American people? But then I realize nobody in that office can do that. Nobody. Yeah, he gets to play with the identity politics and make sure women are protected in sports and all that stuff, which is good. Yeah. He gets to do some fun things that they allow him to do, and that's good. But the big ticket items, these things like big pharma and getting in bed with Pfizer and getting money from them. I know. And it's like
forgiving Pfizer when I thought there was going to be a trial to put Pfizer, like the CEO of Pfizer,
sit there and shake the hand of the CEO of Pfizer.
We'll forgive you.
It's like, are you kidding? Oh, and I'm going to have lunch with Bill Gates and Zuckerberg, and then now we got Vance up and coming, who was, I guess, one time a drag queen and changed his name and was this like weird, like basement dwelling little bully, and it's like he's next in line. So we really don't have, I don't know. And then we got like these Lab 257s, just bioengineering shit, creating. I even read something about how tetanus is a lie and a scam.
Palantir. Is that how you say it? Palantir? Palantir?
Yeah, I think
Is that guy's name?
Yeah.
The fact that he gave him so much money.
Yeah.
To do AI stuff, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
I know.
For someone who talks so much about China, and you're gonna fucking give this guy money?
That's what I'm saying. Everything is an act.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a show, and we're just here to watch it. If you're awake, you understand what's going on. And you're just like, well, you get to participate in the Matrix if you want, which we do.
Yeah.
Because we live life. We gotta live our life.
Like tomorrow, we got an event we're going to. Yeah. We're excited about it.
But all this shit.
And we'll see most of the people there because we won't see some because they don't like each other. And they're going to miss out on life because of whatever differences they think are so important. But then these things come up that are really horrifying and really separate us and divide us. Could affect your children's lives, your children's children. And it's like, it's conspiracy. But I'm not going to go to this horror show because they said something bad about me. It's like, what? The priorities.
Who cares?
The priorities.
Why do you care about people's opinions?
The priorities. And then the last thing, because I kind of skipped through that lab 257, but it just reminded me of the ticks. I mean, we're working on all.
Well, they did a lot of shit. They've experimented with like half dogs, half rats, half cats.
And right there in Long Island, nobody even cares.
Yeah, like just a little bit off the water.
And then there's the children that are getting messed with, and the agendas are being pushed. We talked about this. The book, remember, Abortion is Everything.
It's the newest book out there for children.
Geared for 5-year-olds. You wanted something for your 5-year-old for Christmas? Give them the gift of abortion. Yeah.
How many pictures do you think we'll see of people posting that? Look at what I got my child.
I bet you a lot.
A lot?
And they'll all have nose rings and blue hair.
Shut up.
Because they purchased the packet.
Oh my god.
I'm a liberal packet.
Right.
Why do they all have that? And then they'll go get to a barber and they'll get like a buzz cut or like a really short crew cut and they'll be like, hey, I'm a them. And look what I got.
I get a short haircut, but I don't say I'm a they, them.
Well, good, because that's what demons say. In the Bible, demons call themselves they, them.
Yeah, and apparently that means another group of people,
Yeah, but
too.
So now we're trying to teach kids at 5 and 6 years old that abortion is everything.
And they don't even understand that. They're learning their colors and ABCs.
Not anymore.
But that's what I don't understand. Why?
Color is irrelevant.
Why, if you're so... I know I said this to you, and you're like, well, it's to mold them for the future. Mm-hmm. But if you're pro-abortion, right? Mm-hmm. Why the fuck would you write a book for children? That doesn't make sense to me. I know what the answer is. Oh, it's to push them. Hey, it's okay when you get older, when you're 8.
You gotta get them in that developmental stage.
When you're 8, because all this shit.
You have a master's in psychology. What's that developmental stage of children that?
Oh yeah,
it's that what 3 to 8.
They mimic. If you watch a 2-year-old, will mimic everything.
That's what they get. All their pre-developmental. Whatever you feed them at that time, that's usually what they're going to latch onto and grow and develop as.
Hey. Yeah. Don't do that. He's licking his butt. Gross.
That's what dogs do. I do it too. But anyway.
But that is true psychology. But at the same time, I have morals and values. Ethics.
They don't.
No one does. No. Not in anything. I'm serious. Mm-hmm. In today's psychological world, ethics was thrown out the door, which was one of the toughest classes I've ever had. Yeah. In my master's program, I had to take it in my bachelor's and master's. And my bachelor's was in art. It was in design studies. I had a bachelor in fine arts. I had to take ethics. Wow. And then in psychology, my God, that class, I was pulling my hair out. And it was literally within the last year of my degree for my master's. And the fact that people, literally, even in the medical field, I guess psychology is considered medical, they just throw it out the fucking window. Like nothing. Literally, someone could be sitting here in front of you telling you all these horrendous things, what's going to happen, and they're just like, there. You go and do that. Yeah. You go do what your heart desires. Yeah. When it's the most immoral thing, or they're just like talking about their patients online, and it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? I don't get it.
Because it's not about us anymore.
Wait, like, I'm telling you, back in the day, when my parents presented me in front of a psychologist and was like, our daughter said she's gay, this is not okay, the psychologist was like, well, it's normal, and they're like, no, it's not. I mean, they knew that yes, in the psychology world it's normal, but you're the parent, so let's try and figure out why she's saying she's gay. Yeah. It's kind of like with the whole trans thing with kids. Let's figure out why you're saying this. Why? Instead of, oh, you think you're a boy or a girl? Okay, here's your hormones. You don't need any more therapy.
Just affirm it. Just affirm it.
Yeah, like, let's figure out why you're saying
just
this.
with that, like we talked about before in one of the last episodes, anything else, if you were to say, I think my daughter's schizophrenic, oh my God, let's get her help. I think my daughter's a boy, oh, okay, well, here's hormones.
Yeah.
We just affirm that.
And then, if it's that easy to affirm a sexual identity, right? Mm-hmm. It's a sexual identity. Why is it not easy for a woman who wants her uterus out to get a hysterectomy? The amount of obstacles you have to climb through, but yet you're writing. There's a book for 5-year-olds about abortion. So why can't women have hysterectomies that easy?
Told you, just say you're transitioning. They'll pop it right out of you.
Yeah.
They probably wouldn't even prep you. They would just cut you open right there.
They're like, we have someone who wants to do a transplant.
Yeah, seriously. If you just say, I feel like I'm a man, I'm transitioning. Oh, okay, here. We'll schedule it for you.
I don't know if I said that the last time. I think I may have because I was so infuriated. But...
Well, I can't do doctors because I would actually say that. I would be like, then take it out.
Thankfully, the doctor I have is very, very good. But it really makes you, if you don't think like that, where like kids can learn about abortions and sex and all that, they're so pro-abortion in some of these states, or like people are just so like, we don't need, just kill. And yet, if you're okay with abortion, why can't a woman sterilize themselves? You're allowing kids to sterilize themselves. But a woman who has bleeding issues, hormone issues, she could literally be covered in fibroids and tumors in her uterus and ovaries. And they're like, no, it's okay. We'll put you through radiation. Save the uterus, save the ovaries, but you don't save the children. What the fuck?
You know why there too, because you're a constant cash cow. Because
but
one procedure, they're done with you. Otherwise, they just keep.
But you see how it contradicts?
Well,
because they're willing to do it for anyone who wants to transition, but a woman who's actually suffering. No.
What did I always say at work? You're using logic.
I know, but I'm just.
They are not.
I'm stating it for the people out there because unfortunately we have a lot of sheep. We see the comments and we know there's bots. Yeah. But some of these people are really, really manipulative, and they really make you change your thought, like your thinking.
They try.
Your way of thinking. And I'm just like, I saw a comment about New York, and they're like, why are people so upset? Wouldn't you want someone who would actually help New Yorkers and, like, freeze the rent? And I'm like, if someone doesn't understand what you just said, they'll be like, yeah, that's right.
I know.
That's a true comment. Yeah. Why am I against this person? But to get to that point of freezing the rent, what do you have to do? No one thinks. Not a lot of people think, oh, wait, how would we do this? It's the logic. Again, I'm using logic.
I know.
But it's dangerous. I understand when people are like, it's a dangerous thing when you listen to people like Candace Owens. But like I said last week, why are we not practicing our discernment? It's just because we're weak. We have common sense. That's the problem. I forget that not everyone has that.
We just see a lot of people just look at the headline.
Yeah.
They don't see any. There's no big picture to them because there's still a lot of people out there that don't believe that anything that like we say or that other people say and all this stuff is real or exists. They still think that everything is legit, everything's above board, everything is not that big of a deal. Don't like with this New York thing. Oh, it's not that big of a deal. He's just trying to help you. Really, no, they really don't think that there's any corruption except for the one man. They really don't think that everything else, like with all this Roblox stuff. Well, it's just a few bad apples. It's mostly good. So we'll just let it slide. 764. Well, it's just a few cases, so we'll just let it slide. Brand Army. Well, they're not naked or topless, so we'll just let it slide. You know, there's too many of them out there that just aren't ready to take the red pill. They're just not. Yeah. That steak is delicious, and they just want to keep eating it. Yeah. They're just not ready because it makes sense because
even if it's chewy.
I know it's very chewy. I understand because it does take a lot when you. My mom says this to me. How can you research and look at all these stuff? Yeah. How do you keep yourself sane knowing this is out there? I understand it takes a lot because once you allow yourself to open up and realize nothing you've been told is real, everything's an act, nothing is good for us. We're experimented on left and right. Everything's about big business and the 13 families and all this other stuff. Yeah. Once you realize this, it's fearful because now we're not in this cushy, cozy little life of I'm just living life, and there's just some good people, some bad people, but I have control over what I can do. You know, and you realize I have no control over anything, and I am literally being puppeteered through my entire existence. Mm-hmm. It's scary. So you just want to believe, like I said, you want to stay in that blue pill and just stay in the matrix and believe that is your reality. And I get it. I do. And your natural reaction is going to be to mock or put down those that are more. And I'm not saying we're better than anyone or more superior. I think that we are more open to understanding that there's a deeper threat. That's why I was talking about. That's why there's a guy at work. He's like, I respect you a little bit because you're a Trump guy, and yet you bash him. And I was like, first of all, I wasn't a Trump guy. Yeah. I'm a conservative that votes conservative, and if I have two choices and one's conservative and one's not, and says abort kids, transition kids, and don't believe in God, I'm going to vote for the conservative. And if that's in the form of a Trump, oh well, so be it. I'll shrug my shoulders and move on. Yeah. And when he does things that I don't agree with, that I don't agree with the party, I'm going to say, what the hell's wrong? No. Yeah. I'm not going to sit there and be like, man, I wish I'd voted for, no. But I can call, that's the difference between, I think, between conservatives and liberals. Conservatives call out their own side all the time. Yeah, they try to get liberals don't dare speak out. Like Fetterman, he's going to get primaried. He'll no longer be a senator in Pennsylvania because he spoke out during the shutdown. Yeah. Just like Sinema here in Arizona, Manchin in West Virginia. You speak out, they destroy you. Yeah. Stephen A. Smith, who's a Democrat, speaks out. They're like, oh, Democrats are like, he better not ever run. We hate him. Yeah, because he speaks out. Bill Maher speaks out. He's very liberal. I love posting his stuff on Facebook. I know, yeah. People try to get him. I don't agree with his politics. He's very liberal, but he calls out his own side. Like, we're doing wrong. We're pushing people away. Yeah. And thankfully, they don't need to have the people because they know how to manipulate the system. When you know how to manipulate the system and create 81 million votes for a candidate, you don't have to worry about people like you. Because the conservative side is going to max out at 76, 77 million votes. Yeah. All you have to do is manipulate 80 and you're good to go. So what's the matter? What does it care? There's no need to exchange messaging or let people know that they actually care or try to hide these things better or say, no, we're not doing experiments. No, Plum Island doesn't exist. No, there's no... Yeah, they don't address it. They don't address it. There's no, Big Pharma's fine. No, we're going to get rid of pesticides. No, chemtrails. There's nothing because they don't need to. Or like Nancy Pelosi, who thankfully is retiring. Thought you see who's going to take her place? Who? Was it her daughter? It's a Pelosi. Of course we knew it was going to be family related because they're all was part of the bloodline. It's someone in her family because her last name is Pelosi. Okay. So she'll win by a resounding margin. It's funny though when they do get confronted, like with Pelosi got confronted about something about January, she goes, "Oh, shut up!" I know. You shut up. But then President Trump says, "You're stupid," and it's like, "Oh my God, democracy's dead." I know. Oh my gosh, guys. And it's hard because, like I said, it is hard because we try. It's not that I try to understand it, but I literally, I don't want to bring it up, but look at what happened with Candace. Now her life's in danger, but I'm like... Should have stopped her show. But I'm like, guys... But it's a show. That's the point. This is all a show. Yeah, this is happening. They had to stop her. It's a distraction. I was watching her as like a reality show. Because all of it, everything, is a show. I looked at her as she's trying to call out the show. That's what I thought. That's what I think too. But she's part of it. They're all part of the same club. I think she's part of it to a certain extent, just like I think Charlie was to a certain extent. They play their parts, and then when they don't play their parts, they're removed. They're disciplined. Tucker played his part with Fox, and then when he decided not to, he was removed. I was like, this is all to keep us separate, divided. Absolutely. Everything's to keep us divided. That's why I'm like, this is all a show. So when I watch this stuff, and people are like, why do you support? I'm not, I guess in a way I'm supporting with a view. Yeah. But it's my reality show. So when she said, the intern said at Zips, about how it would take to overthrow the government and stuff like that. Yeah. It'll never happen. Yeah. Because we will never be unified. Exactly. It would take us coming together saying, we don't want, not one man or not one administration. We want them all to go. Yes. Every member of that House, every member of that Senate, every member of of the administration, we want them all gone. Our local, we want new blood everywhere. Yeah, they've all been compromised. They've all been, and that's why there's no term limits at a federal level because you'd have to re-compromise a new set of House members every 6 to 8 years. Yeah. Right now, the system works exactly how it's supposed to work to keep the system running so that the three major countries, I think, like I said, between CIA, Mossad, and Saudi Arabia, all, I hate to say them out loud, but yeah, I don't care if they're not going to care if we know because we're small. You know, we're small potatoes, which is fine. But if a few people listen to, even just think about it and say, maybe I shouldn't care or worry so much about being so obsessed about being on one side or the other and realizing that it's us against them.
It is, yeah.
Maybe we could start seeing things in a little different light and realizing that even your side, whatever side you're on, is corrupt as hell. Yeah. They're I don't care. I don't care what you think of them. They're corrupt. Yeah. And everyone will and can be God. Because there's a bigger force at work, and we're the experiment.
We are.
And that's all I have to say about that.
So, get your popcorn. Someone in a comment said, I'm done with popcorn. I'm eating pretzels now. Because the show continues. Years, decades of the same cycle.
Going on since since the turn of the 1900s. I think that's when the downfall really started. With the Fed, with the aligning of like the Titanic sinking, everything. What is that? Oh, they live. They live.
Obey the politician and the alien. I remember. I like how we both pointed at it. We're fucking professionals. We are. We work.
According to my Facebook page, I'm a podcaster at Spotify.
We are. So check us out. Sign up for the streaming. iTunes, Pandora, Spotify, Castbox. And then check out our Instagram. We have TikTok and our YouTube. So remember, go outside, get some sun, and touch grass. Okay, bye!